Have you ever felt touched to the core because of something that happened to the people around you? Or do you consider yourself a sensitive person who takes account of the emotions and feelings of others? Well, if you find yourself in such a state, you are highly likely to be an empath. You might have heard this term before, but still wonder what it actually means to be an empath. In this video, you will learn about empaths, their common features and traits, their upsides and downsides, and how they deal with personal relationships. The word empath is derived from the word empathy, which in its literal context means to understand and share the emotions of others. So, an empath generally refers to someone who experiences empathy to a larger extent than ordinary people. They feel things so profoundly that it causes them utter suffering and prevents them from living a regular life. Empaths are attuned to experience the same pain, grief, and negativity as others around them do. Apart from that, though, empaths are loving, caring, and very intuitive, absorbing all the negative energy and stress of the world. Discussing empaths, it's essential to know some signs that will let us know who an empath is. Here, we will discuss a total of 12 signs that tell if you are an empath. 12. Adapting to others' emotions as your own. This is the top, most apparent sign of an empath. Empaths are sometimes even named spongers because of their trait to absorb or sponge up others' emotions or energies. So, even if the people around you think they are not showing any feelings, you would still be able to figure out what they are feeling inside through their facial expressions and overall behavior. It is basically living through others' emotions as if they were your own. This can be considered a gift sometimes, but it can simultaneously be overwhelming and exhausting. 11. Public outbursts. For an empath, it is highly risky to go out in public places because you may face a sudden, overwhelming feeling that came out of nowhere and/or from something or someone else in that environment. An empath cannot avoid sudden, overwhelming outbursts of emotions because they happen without warning. Furthermore, these feelings are not merely a result of one-on-one conversations, but can be an outcome of different events going on around you. 10. Setting or vibe of a room matters to you. Empaths care a great deal about the setting or ambiance of a room or space. They are extremely sensitive about the environment they are or have to be present in. Because empaths absorb and embrace the energy around them, they thrive in atmospheres of peace and calmness. Peaceful settings like libraries, gardens, museums, and beautiful rooms can affect an empath profoundly. On the contrary, an empath's energy can be squeezed or pulled out when residing in gloomy or hectic surroundings. 9. You understand the perspectives of others. It is the core trait of an empath to understand where people are coming from. They try to conceptualize others' sufferings, struggles, and varied perspectives, and then feel them as if they were their own. Empaths cannot absorb emotions with much intensity. Some empaths may not absorb them at all. But one common feature that all empaths have is that they can use their intuitive abilities to sense what others are trying to express, even if they find it difficult to let it all out. Understanding others and feeling connected to them is fundamentally what the idea of empathy implies. This is also what is meant by the phrase, understanding where people are coming from. 8. Others relying on you for advice or counseling. On the bright side, empaths are excellent and patient listeners that give others time to say what they need or want to say, and then respond purely from the heart. You may be looking for advice, opinions, and support from your friends because of this attribute. However, if you think you can relate to this, you must know the effort it takes to be a good listener and support giver. Sometimes, people around you might take it for granted without realizing that it can sometimes be challenging and overwhelming for you too. 7. Influence of tragic and horrific events on TV or media. If you are an empath, it won't matter whether something is happening to you. You will be influenced wholly by the events and situations going on around you. It is very likely for you to feel all the pain or loss of even something fictional. Living thousands of miles away, empaths still feel hindered by the terrible or violent events on TV. Empaths are undermined by such events and show an extremely overwhelming response. You must know someone who loves watching action movies or crime documentaries, or you may possess such interests and find such movies gripping, but an empath may not do well while watching something like this. 6. Irresistible affection for pets, animals, or babies. It is pretty common to be crushingly in love with babies, as they are like cute little happy pills, and to find pets and animals in general fascinating. But then again, an empath's love and affection for these adorable creatures are so much more heightened than the average person. So you might find it hard to stop pouring your love into someone's child you may not even know. Similarly, squatting down to randomly show a little love to a puppy or cat. For you, it would be hard to grasp how everyone cannot react this way, but others may find your feelings over the top. 5. Physical manifestation of others' illnesses. Another sign of an empath is when you manifest others' physical ailments and not just their emotions. This doesn't only involve feeling sympathetic or concerned, but also observing physical sensations like pain, soreness, etc. in the same parts of your body. It's as if the feelings experienced by the other person are being physically projected into your body by your empathetic brain and reflecting them. This isn't a gift for empaths, and it must profoundly affect them. Nevertheless, it is the reason why empaths are such great caregivers. Without this, an empath wouldn't be so capable of connecting and genuinely fulfilling the needs of others. 4. Overwhelming intimate relationships. In our everyday life, our intimate relationships go through their ups and downs, and sometimes problems arise. Now, imagine how hard it would be for someone who notices every little detail when it's something someone said or their attitudes, mood, etc. Or on the other hand, positive emotions in such relationships are also overwhelming, and you may feel that your relationship is consuming you entirely. But it is not just limited to that. For an empath, the presence of a partner in their home at all times may feel like an intrusion. As they pick up on every emotion and notice all the highs and lows of their partner's energy, empaths may consider this shared environment a stumbling block. 3. Finding out about lies and secrets. You might have been deceived or misled by some people, but if you are an empath, surely you knew it was coming through your instincts. Empaths have a great talent for finding out what people's true intentions are. This is because their gut feelings are mostly always right. It becomes impossible for someone to be secretive about their feelings in front of an empath because they make the best use of their ability to pick up random cues and make sense of them. 2. Resisting conflict. If you didn't already know, empaths resent conflicts and resist them at all costs. Because of their hypersensitivity, even the slightest remarks or comments from people affect them deeply. Sounds familiar? Well, such empaths also take criticism on a personal level. Dealing with their emotions or arguments becomes very toxic as they are also connected with others' sufferings. In such chaotic and depressing situations, even minor disagreements become harder to tackle. Empaths' personal lives are always messy as they deal with so much stuff at once, which debilitates them and puts them out of action. 1. Frequently going into isolation. You might have observed some people who need to completely shut down the world when overburdened. Empaths do the same. By isolating themselves, Empaths recover from the overwhelming events around them. Then again, it can take a toll on their mental health. Isolation can be done in different ways. Some of them can actually work wonders for an empath's recovery. These may include going out alone, walking in the rain, and meditating in a quiet place, preferably a park. These signs can help you observe the empaths around you, or might lead you to introspect about such qualities in yourself. If you found this video informative, make sure to subscribe to get more informative videos in the future. Thanks for watching.